Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is a brief video about the meanings and the keywords of Surah Al-Ma'un, which is the 107th chapter and surah of the Quran. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this surah, He is speaking about how the disbelievers reject resurrection and the day of judgment. And because of that rejection of the day of judgment, they are people who don't worship Allah, number one, and number two, they're people who don't look after others, or they're people of very low moral character. And that's because if a person believes in the day of judgment, they believe in accounting, they believe in a divine judgment that Allah Azza wa Jalla will cast above and over His creation, then they always have in their mind that no matter what they do, there will be a greater court before the greatest of judges, for which they will have to answer for all of their deeds, their actions, their words. And people who don't believe in that resurrection think that it's only this world, that what you can get away with, you get away with. What you can do in terms of getting getting money or wealth or status or whatever it is that people covet and desire, you get that in any way that you can. If you can get away with it, you do that. For many people, that's the way that they will live their lives. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about a reality of many of those people who don't believe in resurrection. From foremost amongst them were the people of Quraysh. So Allah Azza wa Jal says in verse number 1, do you not see those people who deny it? Takdhib or kadhib means to lie or to deny or to reject. Ad-Din, and Ad-Din is from the names of the Day of Judgment. He means the Day of Recompense. As we say in Surah Al-Fatiha, Maliki Yawmiddin. So those people who deny the Day of Judgment, Allah Azza wa Jal says then to describe them, firstly in terms of their poor moral character and their dealings with others, especially the vulnerable of society. Allah says, and that person is the one who repels the orphan. Al yatim means orphan. So these are the people who repel them, meaning that the orphan who has neither mother or father, or in some cases no father and only a mother, and they're going through extreme difficulty. They're facing a number of emotional and social challenges. These people that usually your heart would soften towards and you would be very kind and compassionate towards, because they covet, these people who deny the day of resurrection, some of them or many of them covet the dunya and its wealth and its status. They're not willing to share with those that are less fortunate, even when the weakest of those people come, such as the young orphan boy or girl. They're just going to turn them away and push them away. Not only that, but then Allah Azza wa Jalla in verse 3 continues and He says, nor do they even encourage the feeding of the poor. Ta'am means the food or feeding. Miskeen is the person who's poor. So Allah doesn't say that they don't feed the poor. He says they don't even encourage the feeding of the poor, meaning others. So they don't want to feed the poor. That's one thing. But even those who do want to around them, because obviously not every person who doesn't believe in Islam is evil or bad or of bad character in that sense. Some of those people will want to do good, but this person is the kind of person that's going to discourage them and tell them not to waste their money and not to waste their time. And then Allah Azza wa Jalla describes them in terms of their worship, that they will be فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Some of these people who pray or who worship, they are going to be lazy in their prayers. They're going to be people who are neglectful of their prayers. And if they do pray, الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. It is those people who do so to show off and to garner the praise of others. وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ. And then Allah, if you like, summarizes all of this and concludes this by saying that they even prevent the smallest of kindnesses, meaning someone comes to you, as some of the companions said, and they just want to borrow from you some sugar, some salt, they want to borrow from you a cup, a spoon, just small things, ordinary things that aren't very valuable or worth much. These people don't even want to help in the smallest of measures and in the smallest of ways. So even the small everyday kindnesses that some people just think are par for the course, well, these types of people, they're going to prevent others from even those small kindnesses. May Allah Azza wa Jal save us from evil character and bestow upon us good manners and etiquette and character. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.